Alright, so this fanfiction idea was voted on over on my Patreon. If you guys would like to be part of the polls, as well as check out episode and movie reviews, just hit the link below, head on over to Patreon, hit the first tier, that'll allow you access to do so. But other than that, let's get started with the video. And this one, this one was actually a surprise as to this one being the winner, because I was certain when I was doing a Tomb Raider crossover, the other ones I had were King Kong, Predator, and Gargoyles, and I thought this one was going to get overlooked. But nope, this one was actually the solid winner by a country mile. And as you can see, Tomb Raider and Creature from the Black Lagoon, which makes sense because we are still in, as of this recording, spooky season. But without further ado, let's get into it. So Laura is basically headed to the Amazon. She's on her she's headed to the Amazon because she's gotten a tip on on a new artifact that has tickled her fancy in a way. Basically, it's a tribe deep in the Amazon that were descendant of the Aztecs, and they were basically survivors of the fall of their empire. And essentially what they did was travel underneath deep caves where they encountered a race of beings who they saw as gods. The creatures that walked like the fish that walked like men. That's the loose translation of it. And these fishmen were basically treated as gods in a way. But as the world moved forward, the fishmen slowly died out. But they were still erected like treasure, given to guard treasure and idols and whatnot in the name of this tribe's name. So that's Laura's current quest, is that she's traveling deep into the Amazon and to find the legendary place known as the Black Lagoon. So the Black Lagoon, that's all that's really known. And she heads to the Amazon and is trying to ask around and get some help from some locals. And she's asking some villages, and she's like, "Have you ever heard of a place called the Black Lagoon?" And they're like, "Yeah, you don't want to go there. There is no chance that there is no way you should go there. At no point should you ever tread there. I mean, we could tell you, but it's a cursed place." And Laura's like, "I'm something of an expert on cursed places. So if you would be so kind as to tell me where this land is, I'll gladly go." And to which one of the villagers go, "Why? Because you can you can anger the creature who lives there." Or are you just going to steal all the shit that's supposed to be shit that's supposed to be there? And she's like, "Well, what do you what is it? You just want me to have it sit there?" And she's like, "No. If you were we want you to just leave. We've all heard I've heard of the legendary Tomb Raider. I've heard of you and all the artifacts that you and your family have acquired." And yeah, so why should we lead you to a place where the last of these beings are supposed to be? A couple decades ago, back in the 50s, and Laura's like, "You're pretty smart. Why are you and she's like, "Yeah." This other villager's like, "Yeah, I traveled the world and came back to my home. So, and I've heard a lot of stories about you, and I know about the Black Lagoon should be left alone. Back in the 50s, some assholes came in and attacked the creature that's supposed to live there, and it almost died. And so it is real." And she's like, "You don't want to go there because he don't want you there." But Laura ignores the pleas and goes forward further into the jungle. And even, she acquires a boat, and she heads deeper into it, and she's just she has no crew with her. She has no one else, because no one else is no one wants to go into the head into the Black Lagoon. But Laura heads further deep into the jungle until finally she does reach the Black Lagoon, and she's just kind of looking around and is like, "This is it. This is where I'm supposed to be. All right, let's see if I can find if I'm to believe these old ancient writings. They're so the people hid their treasures underneath the water." So Laura dives in. She basically just dives underwater and starts looking around and searching for any trace of like underwater caverns. Sure enough, she's not alone, because there is someone, there's something watching her from afar, and it's gained some interest. But Laura goes back up onto her boat, is writing logs and whatnot, trying to find where, trying to map out where these caves are leading to and where they could go. But as she's doing those logs, she hears like a loud thump on the boat, and she's like, oh, that's not good. She's like, well, could only mean one thing, I got a visitor. So she grabs her firearms, heads out there, doesn't see anything, but she does see that like there are footprints of something that isn't quite human, that has disturbed the boat and has jumped back underwater. She does hear a splash of something, and that something it left claw marks on the boat, almost to like give us a warning. But Laura's just like, well, now you just made it easy, you just made me want to stay here longer. So Laura goes back underwater, and she goes searching through these old caverns until she manages to find she does manage to find like an entrance, and goes deeper into it and finds this little prayer this little shrine, and on it is like a golden shrine of like the Gill Man. And Laura's like, this is amazing. No one thought I could. No one thought this was real. There's even like bits, things of gold littered everywhere on, around the shrine. However, as she's like looking over everything, the Gill Man climbs out of the water behind her and attacks her. Now, normally you'd be thinking, well, why isn't the Gill Man interested in like, oh, it's a woman? It's been so long, because the Gill Man remembers the last time he held a woman, he got shot for it. So only good human is a dead human. So the Gill Man attacks Laura, and it's like just trying to drive her out of its home. Laura manages to like shoot, draw like a spear gun she had with her. She hits the Gill Man in the shoulder. He just yanks it out, tosses it away. He's roaring and just full of anger, and the two keep fighting until like the Gill Man grabs Laura and drags her back underwater. Now, she didn't have her scuba equipment, her scuba equipment on. So the Gill Man starts trying to drown Laura underneath the waves, whereas Laura's just trying to like furiously like break free of the Gill Man's hold, until she like gets a knife out of her back pocket and stabs it in the side. Gill Man is forced to let go. She quickly swims back up, gets air, but the Gill Man like goes after her again, attacking her, trying to drown her once more. This time, the knife is still in its side. She pulls it out and starts stabbing it repeatedly in the side until the Gill Man is forced to release his hold on Laura. She manages to get to the boat. The Gill Man is too wounded; he can't go after her, and just swims back underneath back under the caves. Laura then gets onto her boat, and she's like, "There's no way I can kill that thing and get the treasures within." But I'll just, it's very clear this creature, it wasn't angry that I tried to steal its gold. It didn't care about that. It was angry that I tried to invade its home. So she has like a moment of understanding for this lonely creature who's already been through enough. Like, this thing has seen too much as it is. So Laura takes the boat and leaves, and as she's leaving, she encounters like the village again that told her where to go to the Black Lagoon, and they're like, so did you find it? And she's like, yeah, I didn't. And they're like, yeah, you did, but thank you for not taking away his home. Anyway, so there you go, guys. That is the Tomb Raider Creature from the Black Lagoon crossover. I want to thank everyone for voting on this one for Patreon. And like I said, if you'd like to be part of the next Patreon poll, just hit the link below. Head on over to my Patreon in the link in the description below. Hit the first tier. That'll allow you access to do so. But other than that, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.